Over the last few years, I have noticed a very clear pattern in the Waterloo region housing market. Most homeowners start with a townhouse, but after 4 to 7 years, something changes. The kids need more space, storage become a nightmare, and suddenly that shared wall that you have doesn't feel great anymore. So the question becomes, how do you eventually upgrade from a townhouse to a detached home without destroying your finances? In this video, I'm going to break down that thing exactly. The math behind the upgrading, the best family friendly neighborhood in Waterloo region, and the common mistakes that most townhomes owner do when they are upgrading. So if you're currently living in a townhouse and wondering whether moving into a detached home is realistic or not, then this video is for you. Hello everyone, my name is Parth Soni. I'm a realtor based in Waterloo region. I help families like you over the past 5 years to upgrade from townhouse to detached properties. If you are someone who's looking in that category, you can book a one-on-one call with me, link in the description. Now, most townhouse owners I talk to are not looking to upgrade because they are looking for a luxury house. They are upgrading because of the lifestyle reasons. Usually, one of this is what I have discovered. First one is that you are having a second or a third kid, and someone is working from home and need an extra office space. Either there is a lack of storage or wanting a bigger backyard or privacy from the neighbors. And the biggest concern people usually have is this: is upgrading even financially possible right now? So let's actually break down the numbers. Let's take a very common scenarios that I see in the water. A typical townhouse in today's market is worth roughly about $650,000 to $750,000. Now, let's say you sell yours for $700,000. Now, imagine you bought that few years ago around $500,000, and the remaining mortgage might be around $400,000. That means your equity portion might look like this. The sale price comes at $700,000. You pay off your mortgage at $400,000. Your equity in that is roughly $300,000. Now, after closing cost and moving expenses, you might realistically land roughly between 270 to $280,000. Typical family detached home in the Waterloo region ranges anywhere between $850,000 to up to $1 million. Now, if you use $250,000 as your down payment on a $900,000 home, your new mortgage would be around $650,000. And for many families, that payment increase is smaller than what they are expecting. Typically, going from $400,000 mortgage to $650,000 mortgage, you are expecting anywhere between $800 to $1,000 jump in your mortgage on a monthly basis. And which is why so many townhome owners are upgrading right now. I want to also talk about another very real scenario that many homeowners in the Waterloo region are facing. And this is the people or families who purchase their townhouse after 2020, especially during peak of market in 2021 or early 2022. Now, in those cases, the number can look very different. For example, a townhouse that was purchased for $800,000 at the peak of the market in today's economy might be worth roughly about 700 to $750,000, depending on the neighborhood and the condition. Which means that some homeowners today might have very little equity in their home, in some cases, even a negative equity. And if that's your situation, upgrading to a detached home might not make financial sense as of right now. Because if you sell with little equity or negative equity, you may not have enough to put towards the down payment of the next home, or you may not able to live comfortably with that. So when someone tells me that they want to upgrade from a townhouse to a detached home, the first thing I usually ask is this: is this a need or a want? A need might be a growing family and needing more bedrooms, working from home and needing more space or office space or a den or thing like that, or accessibility or a lifestyle change. And a want might be wanting a bigger backyard, wanting a newer house, wanting a quieter street, wanting a luxury home. And to be honest, neither of them is wrong. But the strategy can be different depending on the situation. Now, if you bought recently and the numbers don't make sense today, sometimes the smartest strategy is to simply wait for a couple more years and build more equity towards your house. But the situation is very different for each and every individual family out there. Some families still need to upgrade because their lifestyle requires it. Others decide to hold the townhouse as a rental, and some homeowners decide to renovate their current home instead of moving out or adding some extra space into their current. And that's why every upgrade decision really needs to be looked at case by case basis. So if you're currently living in a townhouse in Kitchener, Waterloo, or Cambridge, and just wondering like whether upgrading to a detached home is a realistic thing or not, the best thing to do is to simply run the numbers for your situation. Because depending on when you purchased your mortgage and also your home value, the answer could be very different. And if you want, we can sit down, go through the numbers together, and see what are the best possible outcome for you in that scenario. And sometimes the answer is to upgrade, sometimes the answer is to wait. But at least you will have a clear plan. Now let's check out some of the great neighborhoods where a townhome to a detached upgrade makes sense. The number one on the list is in Townhouse, which is great for family for upgrading and for someone who's looking for a newer detached home. It does have a large park and trails. It's also close to Highway 401. So if you are someone, a parent who is commuting to GTA, it makes an excellent choice. Does have a good school district and it's very quiet suburban feel down there. The another option for people living in Waterloo and want to be in Waterloo is Vista, which is very popular with tech professionals down there or a university families. And reason many people go down there is because of its strong school reputation. Like Vista is a really nice school down there. It's also close to University of Waterloo. If you're looking for a detached property, you will able to get newer detached properties down there. Activa is a very prominent builder in that community. It's very safe, family friendly, great for shopping, great for groceries, and all the amenities which family is looking. Great to close to Costco, trails, shoppings, boardwalk, all the plazas down. The next on the list is the Quran Park, which is a very common upgrade for many people out there. It does have a large supply of detached home. Again, most of the Quran is newer properties. If you're someone who's looking in a newer neighborhood, definitely a good choice down there. And it does have a good park, a good community planning down there, a good rec center that is coming up. It's already up there, but more spaces is going down there. And it's a good in comparison of the price and the value that you can get from it. The last on the list is the Lackner Woods or a Grand River North, which is my personal favorite, which is perfect for families. It's very quiet. It does have a bigger lot, mixture of newer properties and older properties with a bigger lot. It's close to trail, close to Grand River, a good access to Wolf, Waterloo, Cambridge, wherever you want to be. And it's also close to highway. So if you want to have a quick getaway, can definitely do that. Close to Bingham, all the amenities and recreational things what most of the families are looking for. It's all thing available in that. Now, I have seen a few common mistakes townhome owner make when they are upgrading. So the first mistake they do is selling before understanding the upgrade affordability. You need to understand your budget plus mortgage approval first, and this is something we do with all of our buyers who wants to move from townhouse to a detached property. We go check out what is available in the market, whether it fits your criteria or not, and what price range is suitable for you. And we also do what your townhome could sell for, so you have a clear picture like what you are coming with out of pocket, if any. The other mistake is only looking at listing price. Now, detached home often sell for 5 to 10% over asking depending on the market. Sometimes it's go under market as well, but it's very good to see what is selling out. So make sure you understand and check out with your realtor what happened in the last 30 days in that specific neighborhood if you want to have a plan in that specific neighborhood. See how the prices react to the listing price. And the third mistake in this is underestimating the moving cost. And very important this in this one is the upgrade expenses as well. Because you already own a home, you had a townhouse, and if you want to move a detached property, there are some portion of townhouse that you really like and want that in a detached property, but you might not be able to get that. So you want to have that some extra cushion, extra buffer in case if you want to have that kind of facility in your newer. Now, upgrading to a detached home isn't just about square footage. Many families notice improvements in things like privacy, noise level, outside living, things like that, and the property appreciation as well. And in long term, detached homes historically hold value extremely well in the Waterloo region. And here's one more thing I want to add, like upgrading isn't always the right. You might want to stay in a townhouse if you have a plan to move cities. There are so many families I have talked to last year who are planning to move from Ontario to Alberta or different provinces because of some obvious reasons as well. And if you're someone whose income is not certain, then upgrading does not make sense. And this is very important. There will be a payment stretch in most cases on a monthly basis. So make sure you understand that, because real estate upgrade should improve your life rather than create stress. So you understand that, sit down with your realtor, sit down with your mortgage agent, understand what that increase would look like, and are you able to do that on consistent basis or not. And if you're currently living in a townhouse in the Waterloo region, thinking about upgrading after watching this video from a townhouse to a detached property, I actually put down a guide which is very helpful to almost all the buyers out there. And in that guide, I put down the best neighborhood for upgrading, a typical detached home price cost according to the neighborhood, and that is very recent data, so you'll get a good idea. What are the school zones that families are looking for, and the upgrade calculator and the upgrade math as well. And if you like a copy of this, just send me a message or reply on this email if you're already gotten through this video from my database, or if you're watching on YouTube, comment or reach out to me. I'm happy to help you out. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.